Hello there, and welcome to episode 5 of the Way Back podcast, where today we are going to be deconstructing one of the most common sound bites in the world of rehab, pain, training, movement, which is it depends. Okay. I think people hear this term a lot and they sort of switch off. It's sometimes viewed as a sort of a cop-out answer. It's like, oh, I wanted you to give me like a juicy answer, but you just said it depends, so now I don't care. So I've been in that boat when I was a trainee looking for answers. So I think it's important to go deep on this topic so that next time you hear it, you can approach it with a little bit more understanding. So in my role as a coach, I will often get asked, how long is something going to take, or some variation of that question. And one of my most common default answers is, is it depends. Now, if someone tells you it depends, but doesn't then extrapolate on what it actually depends on, then yes, that is a problem. You can't just say it depends to shirk away from the reality of a situation. What it depends means it's a sort of like intellectual shorthand and compression for that is respectful of the complexity of the human body. Okay. And ultimately what it depends on, okay, I'll try to go through this one by one. It depends on training load, injury sensitization level, injury history, movement quality, beliefs around pain, current stress levels, nervous system state, lifestyle factors, schedule, nutrition and hydration, sleep, equipment available, practitioner you're working with, training environment, and plain old probability and luck. And that is just to name a few. And it depends on the level of causation that these things are having in your issue. It's dependent on the interdependent relationship of all of these things. So it depends is not a cop-out. It depends is the most intellectually honest answer that I could give you if you reached out to me and you were asking how long is something going to take. Okay. And it depends involves going deep on all of the things that I just mentioned in that big soliloquy there, in the sense that we need to go deep on all of these areas concurrently. Okay. And that is what I think a lot of rehabilitation and training around pain misses, is that it's just training or it's just load and it's maybe a little bit of lifestyle and nutrition and it stops there. Okay. Why rehab and pain is complex and why cases are often tricky is because, as I've alluded to, there are many interdependent factors and everyone's solution is kind of unique. Of course, there are similarities, but it's unique. Everyone has their own little individual fingerprint of why their body is in the state that it's in, because everyone has their own individual past experience. So all of this is to say that if you reach out to me and ask, how long an issue takes, I don't know. I genuinely don't know. One aspect of my coaching that I really pride myself on that may seem like a negative to other people is that I never have a master plan. I never have like a really clear vision of like 6 months of programming and training, and I'm going to bring them to this stage and this stage and this stage, and they're going to be here by this point, because the body is too adaptable and agile, and ultimately it depends. And it really suits what I do to be in the pocket week to week. Okay. When someone works with me, they aren't getting like an 8-week set and forget program where I do a bit of work initially and then I never look at the program again. Okay. And I make reasons as to why someone should stay on the program. No, it depends. That attitude means that I am willing and able to change things frequently to help people get results, because it depends is a moving target every single day. And that's what my rehab and coaching is aiming to offer, that I'm in the trenches with someone consistently rather than checking in with them once every 8 weeks and sort of forcing a master plan on them, when in reality how their body is feeling day to day should be dictating the solutions that I'm providing. Okay. So next time you hear "it depends," ask a practitioner what it actually does depend on. Okay. To make sure that they're not just fobbing you off, as it were. But if they do respond with a level of care and detail, then you should understand that "it depends" is a valid answer. "It depends" is the sort of through line through which good coaching operates. It's not a cop out. It's the most intellectually honest answer that someone can give you. And I hope that can help you in your journey. Okay, so that is it for today, and I will see you all in the next episode.